So who doesn't love a quick, easy meal that you can make with leftovers? Why, fried rice, of course. Hi, I'm June, the happy Thai girl. My ham fried rice is coming right up. Next on Spanish Fork 17's Cooking Made Easy with June, brought to you by Macy's, the happy shopping store in Spanish Fork. Hi, welcome to Cooking Made Easy with June. Today we're making ham fried rice. Now, fried rice is, to me, it's very universal. I mean, there are all so many different versions. In Japan, they make fried rice and it's a little bit sweeter and they're not as, I don't think as flavorful. But then there's the Chinese, of course, who invented the fried rice, I'm sure. And they have a great fried rice recipe too. But of course, when we come here and you go to the restaurants and they just, so many different versions. If you didn't notice, some of the Chinese style fried rice, they make it really quick. Like if you go to Panda, I'm not knocking Panda out. Panda's great once in a lifetime because actually I eat Panda once in a while. I just crave for it once in a while. But after I eat it, I feel like, oh, because it's so oily. You know, everything's fried, but it's so good. Ugh, sugar and oil. But so if you make your own with the leftover, you're going to never go back. You're going to love this fried rice. It could be a meal. Now the Thai style fried rice, the difference between Thai fried rice and a Chinese fried rice and many other fried rice is that we add tomatoes or / ketchup. But today, I'm not going to add tomato and ketchup. I'm just going to make a traditional hand fried rice. The recipe is actually in my cookbook. How many times? You guys sick of this? It's been out for so many years. And I keep saying, I'm going to work on another one. I am. It's going to be all my American recipes, mostly for my kids and my family, and you guys too, for you guys too. You're going to love a lot of the recipes that I've been showing. There's all kinds of classic recipes going to be in this other one. So haven't figured that one out yet, but we're working on it. If I talk about it, I'll do it, right? So we're going to go ahead and start like any kind of like a little stir fry. Now I have made, I've made like the turkey fried rice with the leftover turkey. That's on another episode with this show, Cooking Made Easy with June, is the leftover turkey, and it's similar to it. But this one, I love ham. I'm going to show you why I love ham. I'll just cut the ham first. So the ham is actually, let me put that up. The ham is actually, I love the ham because I like the thinly sliced ham. Okay, so of course you can get this at Macy's. They have everything. I love this thinly sliced ham because I don't have to work so hard. And I forgot my knife. So let me grab my knife. All right, so we don't have to work so hard because it's already thinly sliced. Now, I know that when you guys start having holidays serving ham, you can cut your ham, but I don't love the ham chunk, so you make sure you cut it really thinly. Now, I don't need this much ham, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut, and then I'll just decide how much ham I want to. Look at how easy. It's already thin, so I'm just going to cut it. Look at that. Well, I can just put it back on here. And so I'm just going to cut it crossways too. And so we have little tiny pieces of ham, just like that. I'll just put it right here. Okay, and then here I didn't cut all the way, so I'm just going to cut some more pieces. Now, if you want to make it a really hearty fried rice, of course, then you would add a lot of ham. But honestly, you can do fried rice without meat and just use eggs, and that's your protein. Easy, easy. I'm into all that. And then we have, oh my gosh, so easy. So we have this, we have this. We have the onions. So I'll just go ahead and chop the green onions. I like to cut the ends off. And I don't make it too small, maybe a 1/4 inch, just because I think it's prettier. I don't know why. But of course, you can also cut it to where it's like scallioned thinly, and that would be pretty too. Okay, so we have green onions for the topping, and this will be the last thing that we put on. It's almost like a garnish. You don't really cook the green onions into it. It adds a lot of flavor. And then we're going to go ahead and do the garlic. I am so torn about garlic. I've seen where they use those little presses and they work great too. And then I've had people on my show, my friends, on my show where they do all these different things with garlic, I just feel like I don't need another gadget, right? So I just don't buy another gadget. Although my husband disagrees. I buy so many different little gadgets. Like one time, the other day, I bought a popcorn popper thing that you can put in the microwave. And then I've been seeing everything on YouTube about how you can just pop popcorn in a paper bag. All right, so I'm just going to do a little bit of garlic in here. Now, I've also, when I'm in a hurry, I've also used garlic powder. How about that? That's really easy, but it's hard to beat. It's hard to beat fresh garlic, right? So I just rather make a big mess and smash the garlic and let everything fly all over the place. So another thing with rice, fried rice, is that people always ask, like, what kind of rice do you use? And I'll explain that. Well, actually, I always have on hand my short grain rice because I love that Japanese style short grain rice. Although I'm Thai, I should be loving the jasmine, right? The jasmine rice is more fragrant, and it does make a great fried rice because it is less moist. When you cook the jasmine rice and you cool it, it's going to be like more dry, and that makes an awesome fried rice. Okay, so I have garlic. I'm just going to chop. Sometimes I cut the ends off, but I don't always. I remember that there was this cooking show I saw, and I think it's a male, and he just cooks, and there's no sound, and it's amazing videography, and there's no sound, it's just the sound of what he's doing, and it's so surprisingly relaxing. You just hear him cut, so you can listen, and that's all he does. He doesn't talk at all. I don't think I could do that. It's too hard for me not to talk. I'm a talker, I admit it. Okay, so I'm just gonna put the garlic there. Whoops, there's some little stuff on there. Okay, so we have that, and I'm going to cut the bacon into little chunks. So I'm gonna do about 3 strips of bacon, and this adds so much flavor. Now, of course, this is very optional. Now, I'm going to cut into about 1/2 inch, or maybe it's 1 inch chunks, and we're going to, so that way when we cook it, it's going to be very crispy. Okay, so I'm going to separate it like that. So the first thing we're going to do is do the bacon. Okay, and then we have the eggs. Let me go ahead and get a little bowl for the eggs. Well, I'll use a big bowl. So I like to have the eggs already cracked. Like that. Oh, come on. So we have 6 eggs. When we get the wok hot, we want it'll go a little bit fast, although the bacon will take a little bit longer. And we can talk some more. Some people hate doing things with eggs. And I don't know where my little thing is. I'm just going to use my knife and go like this. So you don't have to make it really, really stirred. You know, it could be just a rough little whisking here. Okay, we're going to take a quick little break. And when we come back, we're going to put it together. We'll put all the rice together. Stir, stir, stir. Come back. All right, welcome back. And so I am just forgot to turn the heat on the wok. So I just turned that on. It shouldn't take long to heat up. So while we were taking a little break, I thought, wow, I have so much ham. So I'm going to double the recipe. Sorry, Pete. But so if you're following along in cooking this fried rice, I will just talk about what the actual recipe is, and then you guys can just do that, okay? And then I'm going to be doubling it. So I have the heat going here, and then we're going to start with, actually I'm going to start with bacon. I'm going to brown the bacon. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can put it in while it's not quite hot yet because it'll heat up fine. Okay, I'm going to make the bacon kind of crispy, very crispy. My favorite part. crispy bacon, right? And so this is where all the flavor is. Now, of course, if you're watching your fat intake or whatever, then you can just leave out the bacon, but it's going to add a lot of flavor if you want to do it this way. Now, I have made lots of fried rice without the bacon because, you're just like a last minute, let's just make this. Now, you can also use the same recipe for a chicken fried rice, and it's so good. Or pork fried rice. Pork is the actual common meat that the Thais use for fried rice. And there's lots of flavor. Okay. All right. I don't know what it is about fried rice. It's just like almost like a comfort food, I think, for everyone, not just the Asians. But I remember when I was born in Thailand, and both my parents are Thai, but my mother got a divorce, and there were 3 little girls, and she married an American Air Force man. And so we stayed in a hotel. It's called the Chao Phraya Hotel in Bangkok. We kind of actually lived there for a while because my dad had to go ahead to prepare all the visas and do all this stuff for us to go to America. So he went ahead to America to get a home where we're going to stay and all this. Before we were able to fly out. So we would practically live in the hotel. And I remember at the hotel that they got used, how little kids, I was probably about, how old was I? I want to say, was I 8? 7? And we went around the hotel, of course, in our free time, and everybody got to know us. They have the gift shops and things like that. And of course, there's the cafe. And I remember, I don't know why I remember this, but this beautiful lady, she looked like a businesswoman. She came in for lunch, and she ordered this huge plate of fried rice. It was like, she walked in, she didn't really order it, like they just knew she was coming for lunch. And it seemed like she had this plate of fried rice for lunch every day, and she was this tiny little businesswoman. So I don't know. I think it is calories, but I feel like if you're going to eat, let's eat with gusto, and let's do it with the bacon. No, you can learn to eat really healthy, and this is not horribly healthy compared to unhealthy. I mean, compared to if you go out and buy your own fried rice, because you don't know what's in there, right? And there's not a lot of flavor. Now, I spoke before of Panda, and their fried rice and fried noodles don't have a lot of flavor, but that's okay because all the other stuff have all that, the orange chicken and the sauces in there. That's so yummy. So I'm gonna let that cook for a little bit. It's not quite crispy yet. Okay, I think that I have that on high. Okay, so now again I'm doubling, so this seems like a lot of bacon. So you could even use 1 bacon or use no bacon. Listen to that sizzle. So going back to Thailand, and everything's about food for me. Ever since I was little, I just I just love, and I remember all the smells of food and things. At the hotel, we also had brunches. Like on Sundays, and we would go to a brunch, and it's just spectacular. You should see it. I mean, of course, there's tons of hotel guests, and there would be lines and lines, but there would be tons of chefs. They would have like a station where they have beat up eggs, and they can make fresh omelets right there. And you go down the line, there's beautiful fruits. Oh my goodness, you guys, I just love food. And honestly, Thai food, you think it's complex, but it's not. So easy. Once you get to know all the basic flavors, fish sauce, accent, sugar, spicy peppers, garlic, once you have those basic things in your cupboard, you can make anything Thai. That's just how it is. If you go to the country, people eat so simply. Like the egg is more of a flavor than you would think. Okay, for the sake of time, I'm going to let this, this is almost ready. And honestly, you could actually put it into this into the microwave to crisp it up. And that might be just what I'll do. But I'm going to put it all in here. And I'm putting the oil, the fat, the bacon fat oil, a lot of it back into this bowl because I'm going to fry the eggs first. So, but I want some of this oil to be mostly for the rice. So let's just do that. Now, I know that it seems like such a long, I'm taking longer to make fried rice. Honestly, you can make this in like 15, 20 minutes. But I just wanted to explain every step for you, okay? So I have mostly that there. So now it's really hot. So I'm going to go ahead and pour the eggs in. Now, in reality, traditionally in Thailand, we actually put the eggs later. But I'm making more of a Chinese style because we cook the eggs, and so you don't really see chunks of egg in Thai fried rice. It's all cooked into the rice, and it's good too. So you could do it either way. But I don't know, I've just come to love the chunks of eggs that's in it, and it makes it look really pretty. So look at how that's cooking. So what you want to do now, because I'm doubling, there's a lot of eggs, and I'm moving it around to where the heat is. Let it cook for a second. I'm moving it around. And you don't have to even cook it that long. Almost like scrambled eggs. I guess you could use leftover scrambled eggs to make fried rice. But that would look kind of funny. Okay, let me get a spatula. So I'm going to turn it over because I like that flat look like that. Okay. So I'm flattening it up so that I can have flat looking eggs. But it's mostly like a scrambled fried egg. And I think that's good, just like that. And it doesn't have to be completely cooked. And I'm just going to head and chop it like that right into the pan. And I'm going to put it in here, oops, into another bowl, ready to be. So you notice I didn't beat the eggs, and I didn't even season my eggs. But you could put a little salt on it while you have it in there, and I guess I could do that. Okay, we're going to have lots of flavor. So now I'm going to add a little bit of oil. Well, it says 4 tablespoons, but we can add a little bit more later. I just want to, and then I'm going to add this bacon grease. And now the bacon grease, it doesn't have to even, you can even wait to do that with the rice because it'll be good too, it'll flavor. So I'm going to go ahead and add my garlic. Okay. Oh, look at that. Okay, make sure you cook your garlic so it's a little bit lightly brown because that's where you're going to pull out the flavor of your herbs. You know how you brown the garlic and then you also will, like, at this point, if I want to make a spicy stir fry, I would add the peppers. And this is where I do it a little differently than some people. I love my ham cooked. I like it to be a little bit of crisp into the ham. So I will go ahead and brown this ham up. And now, remember, I'm doubling this. So I'm going to be adding a lot of rice to this. So let the ham cook. We're almost finished, guys. So the street vendors do make fried rice for you. You can find street vendors that make fried rice. But I remember being in Thailand not too long ago. Well, it's been 4 or 5 years. But I don't think a lot of people cook in Bangkok, honestly, because the vendors, that's how they make their money. And if you're not a cooking vendor, you just go buy your food, and it's cheaper. And they don't have to worry about a fridge or anything. So they have it, they store all their food into little plastic bags, like a Ziploc bag, and then they tie it and they hang it in a rubber band. And you walk along, you buy it, and you just get your rice, your soup, your curry, whatever. And that's how they do it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put the, not real crispy yet, but it's okay. It's going to be good. I'm going to put the peas and carrots because it is frozen. I was talking to Adam before we started this segment. It was like, oh, we love peas and carrots. Already cooked? Awesome for so many things. Okay, so because it's frozen, I'm going to add it right now. Okay, and then I'm going to add your rice. So approximately 6 cups or 12 cups. This is doubling. So now remember, if you don't have enough rice or you have extra rice, add the extra cup, go ahead. You can just add a little bit more soy sauce for your flavors. Okay, so now remember this is short grain rice, so it's a little bit more sticky, but it is cooked and cooled. So the premise of fried rice is that it's leftovers. So you have leftover rice, and that's what you're going to make is fried rice. So when you're making other dishes, you want to go ahead and make extra rice. Okay, so I have at this point now I'm going to add all my spices. I have accent is optional unless you're allergic. It's not bad for you. So I'm looking for my spoon here. Okay, so I'm going to add half a teaspoon of accent, but this is a teaspoon because I'm doubling. And then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of sugar. Now the Thais love, remember the sweet spicy taste? So 1 and 2. But because I'm doing double, and then I'm going to add a half teaspoon of black pepper. Okay, goodness, I forgot my chicken paste. It's the chicken broth. Now, I like to have this on hand. It's easier than to have chicken broth, right? So, but it's organic. But if you see some yellow, this adds the flavor. Some yellow fried rice is because they use the fakey kind. But this one is awesome. Okay. And then fish sauce. Okay, how much fish sauce do I need? Let me see here. Oh, I don't have fish sauce. Why don't I have fish sauce for my Thai fried rice? This is an American fried rice. So it's just soy sauce. Okay, so 4 tablespoons, so that's, 1, 2. Oh gosh. 3. Okay, so this is the American style fried rice. It's not the fish sauce Thai fried rice. Because otherwise I would be adding, what would I be adding? I would be adding fish sauce. Okay, so soy sauce, pepper, blah, blah. Oh my gosh, you guys, I think that's it. Okay, that's it. We're just gonna toss it together. I'm gonna break up this. Oh, you guys, smells so good. See how quick you really can actually make this? Okay, I'm gonna break up the little chunks of rice. And then I'm going to add, you know what? I don't think I added enough rice. I'm going to add more rice. But you guys can measure. I'm gonna add a little bit more rice because I can see. Okay, here we go. Now I'm being a messy cook. I confess, there's evidence that I'm a messy cook. This is how I cook because I don't measure all the time. Okay, that's it, guys. Okay, we're gonna take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to finish it off and we're gonna eat it. So come back. Okay, welcome back. I'm gonna do the noodles last. I'm gonna add my eggs and just break it up like that and toss it together. Look at this. It's a lot of fried rice. Yeah. So I'm telling my kids, you better come and have some fried rice. That's another nice thing about fried rice. It makes a lot, and people love it. And it's such good leftovers, you guys. Oh, look at that. I'm gonna chop it up a little bit there, and then I'm going to add my, now I did go ahead and stick this in the microwave for a little bit so I can have crispier bacon. So I'm just going to put that in there. So you see, oh, you guys, oops. And then of course you garnish it with some green onions. I'm not gonna put all of it, but just some of it right there. I'll save some to garnish on the plate, but I want to go ahead and turn this over here. Let's go ahead and dish it up here. See the bacon, crispy bacon chunks and the eggs. I love that. You can also put the bacon as a garnish on the top. I didn't save any, but that's okay. All right, let's do that. Now, you know, honestly, in Thailand, they eat their onions, like they serve the onions in long scallions, and then they just stick it on there. Well, oh man. Okay, I'm just gonna put some on top. Okay, so now let's taste it. You can also put garnish it with some cucumbers. So, let me have a little bite of fried rice. I love eggs and rice. You got a little bit of bacon. Okay. Happy Thai Girl Instagram. My website is still down, but I'll get it going. Happy Thai Girl. And you guys watch me for my next episode. We're going to make more delicious things. Happy cooking.